Hi, and welcome to this section of the TI-89 Calculator Tutor. And in this section, we're going to learn how to use the graphing functions of the calculator to find the zeros of a function. You'll learn about the term finding the zeros of a function or zeros of a polynomial in your algebra class. In essence, all it is when you graph a function, a lot of times it'll cross the x-axis here, so it might go up, then it crosses there. It might go down and cross again, might go up and cross again. Anytime a function of any kind crosses the x-axis, we call it a zero of the function. The reason it's called a zero is because those are the points on the function where y, which is this guy, this axis, is equal to 0. So literally when you solve it by hand, what you're doing is setting y equal to 0 and solving for the values of x that make that happen, because this graph is going to cross the x-axis at the points that y is equal to 0. So we set it equal to 0, solve for x. It's pretty simple to get the calculator to do this. So we're just going to explore it here. Let's go ahead and put the function in as follows. We're going to put 2x, 2 times x cubed plus x squared minus 7x plus 2. So this is kind of a lengthy little polynomial. 2x cubed plus x squared minus 7x plus 2. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like. We'll graph the function, and we'll see that it's going to cross the axis here in a few locations. So it goes up, goes down, and it goes up. So ask yourself the question, how many zeros do we have in this function? Well, we actually have 3 zeros because it crosses here. Y is equal to 0 of this function here, and it's equal to 0 here, and y is equal to 0 here. So we have 3 crossings, so we have 3 zeros. Solve it by hand. You would take this equation, set it equal to 0, solve for x. Easier said than done, especially for a longer equation like that. So when you go into the trace mode here, you can get a pretty good idea of the zeros. I mean, you can just kind of put your cursor pretty close here, and you kind of get an idea. It's somewhere around minus 2.1, 2.2, but notice that in the trace mode, it's jumping over the point of interest. So we don't know. We know it's in between negative 2.4 and negative 2.15, but we don't know what this exact value is. The calculator has a really nifty way to figure that out. So just hit F5, which is the math menu. We've already talked about value, which is the first guy. Second entry is 0. So what it's trying to tell you here is here's how you find the 0 of a function. So go highlight 0, hit enter, and it's asking you a question. It's saying, where is the lower bound? And what this means is, if you're going to find the zeros of this function, you need to have graphed the function so that you can visually see them. And when it asks you for a lower bound, it's asking